With the holidays right around the corner, we at Wake Up College Football are happy to announce our charity drive. For every touchdown, Missouri football, actually, guys, I don't think this is going to work.
And we speak to Michigan coach Jim Harbaugh, who, after his team held on to beat It's time to wake up, college football! Week 7 is officially done with, and it was a weird, crazy, fun, action-packed, and pretty much every other adjective that can be brought into this conversation. Joined by Ryan Nanny. Ryan, let's start with the top. Let's just start with the most awesome thing that has probably happened this season.
This really depends on your perspective how awesome that is, but
fair.
Go ahead.
It is awesome in the realm that sports are unique and things happen that are unexpected awesome.
Rip this Band-Aid off for Michigan fans.
All right. Michigan State wins after trailing the entire game and playing pretty horrifically on offense. Connor Cook completed some long passes, but by and large the passing game wasn't that good. We're not able to get anything going on the ground against a good Michigan defense, especially up front. And then all of a sudden they cut it close late and recover a fumbled punt to run it into the end zone and seal the game with no time left. And it is the most inexplicable thing that has happened at the end of a game in pretty much forever.
Yeah, we were talking about this, debating how it compares to other painful endings. Right. I think it's worse than the kick six.
I think
because it happened at home in a game in which Michigan was leading against an opponent that they haven't beaten in far too long if you're a Michigan fan. Just a brutal way to throw away a really good win against Michigan State. But give the Spartans credit. They hung on in this game. They didn't let... They always kept Michigan within sight of them. And that was very important because Michigan State didn't run the best race.
Right.
They were at the finish line when Michigan tripped 3 yards short of it.
This is completely true. To you, what was the most awesome thing of the week?
It was fun watching Baylor play against somebody who has some worth as an opponent. I mean... Baylor has now scored 8 touchdowns at least on offense in every game they've played this season.
Right.
Seth Russell looks really good. Corey Coleman looks really good. They handled West Virginia easily. And, this is a bit of a revenge spot for them from last year's loss.
Yep.
The defense is still kind of up in the air. They hold West Virginia under 6 yards per play, which is not like a super high bar, but the way the offense is right now, that might be all the defense they need. This is we talk about Baylor being this amazing offense every year. It seems like this is a record-setting offense right now. It's terrifying.
Yeah.
I love it.
Their defense has been good given what the offense gets off the field very quickly. They score quickly, so they need to be deep. All right, let's move to the unexpected because at this point in the year, mid to late October, was not expecting Iowa to be sitting undefeated in a divisional driver's seat to get to the Big Ten championship game. They've played decent teams thus far. We always expect them to lose a weird game to Iowa State. They've had Northwestern. They've had Wisconsin. They've had now a decent Pitt team. And here's who they have ranked on the rest of their schedule.
Are you okay?
No, I'm blanking. I'm blanking.
So are they.
I was in a very good place. Their star running back goes down, and they don't miss a beat with Akram Wadley coming up huge, rushing for over 200 yards. And Iowa is perhaps in more of a divisional destiny situation than any team in college football.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about Iowa, in the same way we talk about Baylor every year. It seems like the same story. The story with Iowa is look at the schedule. How can they not run through it? This is the year they're finally running through it. And they're not. I mean, the Wisconsin game was close, but they destroyed Northwestern.
Yes, they did.
Pretty much start to finish.
Yeah.
Great job, Hawkeyes.
The offense is operating on a plane that I don't think we've seen in a long time. To you, what were you not expecting of Week 7?
Part of me was expecting Memphis to give Ole Miss a game.
Sure.
I think Memphis is a really good team. Obviously has one of the hot coaching commodities outside of the Power 5 right now. But they really took it to Ole Miss, winning this game in the Liberty Bowl. They had a drive near the end of the game with about 9 minutes left to play. They ran something like 16 plays. They chewed up 8 minutes of clock. They just slammed the door on Ole Miss. And really they won because they won on third down and Ole Miss didn't on both sides of the ball. The flip side, if you're the Rebels, I think the biggest problem right now for Mississippi, they are -2 in turnover margin right now. They were +7 last year. This is a team that, is not generating as many turnovers as you would like to see with the defense.
Right.
And on offense is not giving the ball away a ton, but in some of these close games, one interception can be the difference between winning and losing.
Yeah, and give credit to Memphis coming back, going down 14-0, and then completely shutting out Ole Miss in the fourth quarter. Wire to wire, they did a very good job pretty
Absolutely.
much. The meaningful thing that I'm taking from Week 7, and this will go back to Thursday night, Stanford completely obliterates UCLA.
Yeah.
A poorly coached UCLA team, a Bruin team with a very green quarterback who is talented and skilled, but Stanford they are the blanket that just smothers
it's a mean
at this
blanket.
point. It is a mean blanket.
This blanket should be recalled because it only kills.
This is true. Christian McCaffrey is now squarely in the Heisman race after putting up 300 and some odd yards of total offense, over 200 yards on the ground, taking snaps in the shotgun behind center. They were very, very good, and Stanford's defense is beat up, and they just completely shut down UCLA. And they are playing right now, since that Northwestern game, there's the big asterisk, but since that point, it's a weird season, especially out west, they are playing like a top 5 team in the country. They're looking that complete.
And, we've learned this last year. If you're going to lose early.
Lose early.
It's much easier to come back from the early loss in terms of competing for a playoff spot, competing for your conference title, than it is to lose later in the season.
And every team they have left this season that is talented, Oregon, Notre Dame, teams like that, Cal, all at home.
Yeah.
It's a good time to be a Cardinal in
It is a
Palo
very
Alto.
good time,
What to you means the most looking forward?
LSU-Florida was a great game.
Yes.
Give Florida a lot of credit. They looked like they were about to fold against LSU, giving up a very bad touchdown at the end of the first half. But they came out, tied the game, and LSU did what it had to do to win a home game against a pretty good opponent.
Right.
I mean, we had talked about how Leonard Fournette hadn't really played a quality defense before. He went out and got 6 yards a carry against Florida. Even though, a lot of that, Florida was in the backfield a lot. Florida was making him work for these yards. More importantly, though, LSU kind of has a quarterback thing going. I wouldn't go crazy about it.
Right.
But Brandon Harris throws for over 200 yards, throws for 2 touchdowns. This is a guy who didn't throw for 200 yards at all last season, and now he's done it in 2 straight games. It's just enough, I think, that it keeps defenses honest. They can't just say, well, we'll just stack the box and try to stop Fournette, because he can occasionally beat you on big throws. And that is a really big step for LSU with the way their defense can play at times and with the special teams play they can get at other times.
Yeah, it wasn't nickel and diming stuff. He made some huge throws down the field in the red zone, so nice to see him progress.
Yep.
All right. That is our Week 7 episode. Be sure to pay attention to the Piesman Trophy, our award for big guys doing non-big guy things with the ball on the football field. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.